I do have a background in sport. I come from a sport of canoeing, and in 2004 at the Athens Olympics I got a bronze medal in Canoe Slalom. However, since then I've had 2 children, had a busy life, you know, get caught up in the working world and haven't actually done a lot of sport. However, running is one of those things that I've always done a little bit of because it's easy to do from your door. When I say a little bit, I do mean a little bit. You know, I haven't been out there running half marathons. So I am really looking forward to the challenge of this because it is going to be the longest distance I've ever run. So as an athlete, running was a small part of our training schedule, and you know, I did once actually run a 5k under 20 minutes. So last year I got a bit into doing 5k running, doing a bit of the park runs, and I did set myself the challenge of trying to get back under 20 minutes. Never quite made it. I think I made it into 21 minutes sort of time. So I am a bit more of a short distance runner. I'd say 5Ks. I have also done a 10k before. But a half marathon distance is certainly a challenge for me.
I was just out for a run in the forest one day and took a photograph of myself, put it on Facebook and joked that I was in training for the 2016 half marathon. Of course that was it, I was committed, wasn't I? But I quickly realised that actually going almost from scratch to a half marathon for the first one was a bit ambitious. So I decided to do the 10k instead. I've always tended to prefer running off-road. I love trail running, but I'm also a canoeist and I like cycling. So it's always been a question of actually juggling between a busy work schedule and being able to fit in the time for training, or even just to enjoy going for a run.
Probably the biggest running event I've done was the London 10k, which I was invited to as part of a team after the Athens Olympics. Which was a bit of a joke because I stood on the start line with Gebrselassie, who I think had finished by the time I'd made the 3k marker. So this will certainly be a really big event, mainly for me in the sense of mileage, but also in terms of the capacity of people and the volume of people starting, and hopefully I'll be a bit more in amongst a group of runners rather than feeling like I'm completely playing catch up with the elite. When Roger suggested that we should run the Southampton Half Marathon as a team, it was really quite timely in the sense that I was looking for something to do to raise money for a charity, Amyloidosis Research Trust. Because sadly last year my mum died from the condition, which is really very rare, and I really wanted to do something that was going to be a challenge to me, that I could try and raise awareness and also funds for the Amyloidosis Research Trust. And I know that my mum would be extremely proud, and she would think of it as a really worthy cause because she loved a challenge and also loved a physical challenge, and knowing myself being very competitive, she would have been really pleased to think we were out there trying to do something.
I think one of the really nice things about this for us is that even though this event, this is not work for us, this is very much play, but a massive amount of the work that we do is basically within sport. So for us to be taking part in a great sporting event like the ABP Southampton Half Marathon and 10k it's kind of a bit of a busman's holiday in a sense.
I'm also really looking forward to actually racing in Southampton with my colleagues. You know, Maximus Media, it's our hometown, it's where we're based, Southampton. We haven't done a lot of work in Southampton, but it's really exciting for us to be out there as a team. Slight bit of rivalry, well maybe in my own head, because actually it's not, because actually the rest of the team are a little bit faster than me over a half marathon distance, but it's going to be really nice to be out amongst local people running in our hometown.